Yeah, so in the previous video we explored interface. Okay, so all of its features, why it's so special. At the end I have given you the quick pointers why it's exciting as well. So if you're someone who is watching this video directly, first watch the introduction video so you get to know the excitement, why it's so much why the product is so much exciting and all of it. Okay, so now let's get into the hands-on part. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pick a challenge and just build something on interface which solves that. Okay, so that's where everything comes into picture, right? Everything should be a problem and a solution. Okay, so now let's pick up a simple task. Okay, so I have my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so I have my LinkedIn profile. Let me go to my LinkedIn. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn profile and I have a lot of information about it. And similarly, all of the people who are into this tech ecosystem have a very good, decent LinkedIn profile where you can fetch a lot of information. Now, my challenge. Okay, so my challenge is to do web scraping. Okay, so scrape the internet, especially the LinkedIn page, and get some information out of it. Okay, so again, so hearing this, you would think like, hey Mithun, this is a very complicated thing. So I need to go to LinkedIn. So have a crawler which does all of the scraping part, and sometimes there might be blockers as well. So all of these challenges need to be handled. Okay, but not anymore. So with interface you will get a direct capability of talking to web. Okay, how to do it? Let's go to the docs. Okay, so here if you see the docs, it's very much simple. So first you need a API key. I showed you in the previous video as well. Go to dashboard, just log into the dashboard and you will have your API key ready. Okay, so that's the first prerequisite. And next you can either use TypeScript or Python. Okay, it's not a big deal. So anything which you are comfortable, you are just going to copy paste. I'm going to use TypeScript or Node.js. Okay, not TypeScript explicitly. I'm going to use Node.js and showcase you all of this. Okay, so yeah, first let's start with the simple chats. Okay, like a regular chat which we have with OpenAI. Okay, so let's do that and then add there is no need to add at all. Okay, so then just pass a query for this challenge of web scraping and see how it performs. Okay, great. So again, while working with this, you have three options. You can directly integrate with OpenAI SDK, Versailles SDK, or LangChain SDK. I am more leaning towards the LangChain ones because I find the product very much interesting. But yeah, so anything which works for you. I have all of these three things in this particular channel itself. You can go through the videos. Okay, so in the playlist, I have some playlists for this. You can just explore there. But yeah, directly let's go to the LangChain implementation. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that let me open a instance of VS Code. I have it and a empty folder. Okay, so again I told you I'm going to use Node.js, not the Python ones, but yeah, so if you are a Python developer, you can comfortably use it, not a big deal. So first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to initialize a node project. You can use npm, yarn, anything. Okay, great. So I got my package.json. Okay, again, let me tell you the advantage of interface. You need not to install any specific libraries for this. Okay, so you only change the base URL and add the API key. That's it. Okay, so the same LangChain ones remains intact. Okay, so let's go to the integrations. I think they have it here. Let's add this LangChain core and LangChain OpenAI. So this is the best part. I'm not adding anything apart from the LangChain ones. Like let's say I have a product which is using LangChain already. I need not to worry about new dependencies, or I need not to maintain these dependencies. I can use the same LangChain core libraries. Okay, and next thing I do is that I just copy paste this. Okay, so I'll just create a chat.js file. Okay, and paste this. Great, everything get. But yeah, so two things to change. First is that I'm going to use modular style, right? So I will specify that, hey, I'm going to use type modules. Okay, so I can use the import syntax. And next thing is that I need to get my API key. I told you it's very much simple. Go to the dashboard, you will have the API key lying there. Okay, and one thing is that yeah, so the API key is too long. Okay, again, don't paste it directly, get it from the environment variables. But yeah, so it also resolves the same format sk. Yeah, so sk is the same format which OpenAI provides. Okay, so they are still maintaining that consistency as well. Great, so now let me give a simple task, like simple general question like which is the capital of India? Which is the capital of India? Okay, something like this, a very general query. So just to tell you that it performs well in the regular tasks as well. Okay, but yeah, so don't use interface for this, just for a demonstration purpose, just to get started. I'll do it. Or else let me take a simple task like what is 2 plus 2 what is 3 plus 2, something like this. Okay, so let me just run this. I'm going to just say node chat.js. Okay, and yeah, so it takes some time depending on your internet connection and as well as the availability. So this is still in beta. Okay, so not in the production. Okay, so the speeds, accuracy, everything will goes up automatically. Okay, and you can see 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, you are getting good result. Now let's come to our actual challenge, where I want to get some information about any person on LinkedIn or any website. Okay, so let me just scrape my LinkedIn page itself. So I'm going to just pass a prompt. Okay, so get the details, okay, of Mithun Srinivas, okay, who works in Cisco. Okay, because I need to give explicit information because there might be many Mithun Srinivas. Okay, but just to be more specific, I'm going to just say get the details of Mithun Srinivas, who works in Cisco, from his LinkedIn page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to paste the same query onto ChatGPT as well. So just to see what ChatGPT does, or what these LLMs does, and what differently interface does. Okay, so it also searches. Okay, so it says that I could not find publicly authoritative LinkedIn profile page that give details. Okay, so it gives me some details. Okay, I don't know. Again, it's scraped, peer list, GitHub, all of this. Okay, and gave some information, but it's not from LinkedIn. Okay, it gives you this, but it is not having that web scraping capabilities. Okay, so like let's see how interface performs. Okay, so I'm going to just say node chat.js. So here if you say, it is just accessing the publicly available information. Okay, it's not scraping the particular website or the target website. Okay, so that's the difference between the general purpose task and the developer specific task. Okay, and that's the major issue. Again, I am excited because I have faced these issues, but if you are not excited, or if you are not that much excited as me, just believe that you will face a lot of challenges. Okay, like let's say maybe you want to scrape some products, competitor details, all of this, then it will be a very much hassle. Okay, but yeah, so let's see how this provides. Again, one of the thing is that it returns markdown. Okay, so like let's see, have tried this out, so let's wait for it. Again, so the speeds might vary because of the beta phase, so let's wait for it. Okay, I'm not going to skip fast forward anything, so it will be the raw recording of what you are going to experience as a developer as well. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the cool stuff. Like I just pass a prompt and the task gets happened, and then I also told you, right, integration with LangChain. If you are using someone who is using LangChain.js, so let me just go to LangChain.js. So if you go to LangChain.js and see how will you build a chatbot. Okay, so it's almost similar. Okay, see, you just we are using OpenAI here. Chat OpenAI, you're just passing model and temperature. So here also you are going to use new chat OpenAI. Just you are passing the base URL, and then the model name will be different. That's it. So this base URL will point to the deployment of interface. Okay, again, if you are working in a company which have their own deployments of these LLM providers, companies don't directly use the LLM provided by like the general offering of OpenAI, so they don't give you API key like that. So what companies do is that they take up these services and host in their own service, own VMs. Okay, like OpenAI on their own Azure server, they will deploy and give you the base URLs. We call them as LLM proxies. So you can just think of this as LLM proxy as well. So it is taking long time than usual. Okay, so like let's see. Yeah, so the results are here. So let me just scroll up. Okay, so the information is also large, so okay, so here you can see, so it says that I was not able to access the URL is private profile, or the profile does not exist. Okay, so don't worry. But yeah, so information about Mithun Srinivas, who is a software developer, Cisco, and everything is coming from my LinkedIn. Okay, so Mithun Srinivas, software developer at Cisco. This is my role, company, total experience, tenure, my education details from LinkedIn. Okay, so my previous companies from LinkedIn, my skills, my achievements. Okay, it is important that compiled from public sources and not entirely up to date. Okay, so that's not a thing. But yeah, so these are the details, right? If you go to my LinkedIn page, okay, so let's go to my LinkedIn page and let's go to my education section or the company's experience section. Okay, so it has Cisco. Okay, so and then see the order. So next I have PW, IOI, PW. Okay, so IISc, all of this I knew on. Okay, IISc, CallSoft, IoT Reminds, million pages. So this is where I started, and this is where the flow is also right, and then this flow of education is also right. Everything, the orders are preserved, the skills are perfect, the achievements and contributions are compiled. So these are something which, as a developer, I would expect it into my developer task. Again, so these are not that much up to date. Okay, so not real time, but yeah, so when they move to prod, this gets better. At least it's an inception for solving a very big problem. Okay, so this is how you do web scraping challenges. You can scrape Amazon, you can scrape any of your competitor details, all of this. Okay, but yeah, so using one prompt, you are getting that web scraping capability. So this is one of the feature of interface, and it is very much easy to use, as you guys have seen. Okay, now if you guys see that, so the token consumption is also very much good. Okay, so I would say that ignore the latencies. Okay, so still in beta, but the consumption, okay, so the pricing part is also something which is interesting. Okay, so I was amazed by the capability. This is text, okay, not a big deal, but let's go to vision and see how it does. Okay, so in the next video, what we are going to do is that in the next video, let's get into the agentic part, or how can I access, or how can I provide access to the specific tools? How can I create a tool, and how can I give the specific access to that? Okay, so how this tooling part will happen, or this advanced capabilities, how can I provide with interface? So that would be the next video, and the other video would be on the vision capabilities. We are going to just take a problem statement of analyzing an image and build something for that. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I will catch you up in the next one. Thank you.